Good morning. Welcome back to the channel. This video is not financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor. Do your own research, make your own decisions. All right, guys, there's a number of charts that I want to go over. The reason why I'm doing this is because it looks like there's a move coming sometime in the next week. Really, it could happen any day. And in all reality, we could be a week from today and still be completely flat. But just as the last time that I did a video like this, it's starting to look like there is a move coming. I have no idea which direction it's going to go, but I just want to get this out in front of you, show you everything. Feel free to go look at this on your own, and that's that. Okay. I do have another video. There's a video about ICP that I'm going to do. I already have it prepared. I just have to do the video. It is going to be a little bit longer though, and it's just going over a lot of differentiators and things like that. Because I've gotten a lot of questions about that over the last few weeks. Okay, so first of all, guys, this is the crypto total market cap. So this is including Bitcoin. All right, and this is what I've been referring to in recent months, especially going back to this past fall, how it was kind of sitting right at that general area where it previously hit all-time high. And so this is what this particular chart looks like. Now, sometimes we look at total 3, total 2. This is total 3. So this is excluding Bitcoin and Ethereum. But total 2 and total 3 are both more or less sitting right at this trend line right now. So this is the total crypto market cap, including Bitcoin and Ethereum. But if you exclude Bitcoin or if you exclude Bitcoin and Ethereum, total 2 and total 3 look very similar right here. Okay. So they're really sitting right there on that trend line. And the Bitcoin Bollinger Bands are starting to squeeze. And haven't seen them this tight really since back here. And all this really means is there's probably some volatility coming. Not that that means up or down or any particular direction, but it does mean that there's probably some volatility that's coming. Okay, so moving on, Ethereum, Bitcoin, and again, we went over this a while back, and it had started to move up a little bit. It's kind of stalled out right now. No idea how this is going to play out, guys. Ethereum, the Ethereum versus Bitcoin could roll over. Bitcoin could strengthen. Bitcoin dominance could continue to go up. We're kind of just paused out here, waiting to see what the next move is going to be. We've been over this chart numerous times. This is the macro Bitcoin chart. Showing throughout previous cycles here. And, guys, I would anticipate anything. And, in all reality, for, to give the bears some slack here, or at least the different bears that are making technical cases for Bitcoin to hit new lows, we did see something new here. We did see something new. We saw a double top. On top of that, we didn't see the blow off like in the last couple cycles. And so we saw a double top and we went back below the previous all-time high. So we did see deviation to some degree in this particular market cycle. So just keep that in mind. I'm trying to, play devil's advocate here. But if you were to look at accumulatively all of the different data points, you look at the RSI, the MACD, moving averages, everything else, and you look at the general timeline that we're on relative to prior cycles, there's overwhelmingly more data points that align with prior cycles than not. Okay, it's never going to be 100%. Like it's like day to day, like it's exactly the same amount of days, it's exactly the same percent gain, it's exactly the same drop, it's exactly the same RSI. That's never going to be the case. It's all, you're just going to have to look at accumulatively. Do more data points suggest X or suggest Y? Because you'll always be able to find certain data points, certain time frames, certain metrics that say X, Y, Z. And I think that if you're going to look at stuff like this and put any value in it whatsoever, you have to look at accumulatively what the data suggests. Okay, this is the Ethereum chart. This is, yeah, see this for yourself. So Ethereum broke out here. And again, so you just extend this trend line up. And again, we could roll back over, we could break through this. Here's the RSI. So that's the Ethereum chart. And most all of these are on the weekly, guys. I think the only monthly chart is this Bitcoin chart right here. The rest of these are all weekly charts. Okay. All right. Dun, dun, dun. This is XRP. And we showed this a few weeks ago before it popped up here. But guys, this was a 2-year trend. and trust me when I say that, I'm not, the only times I'm really ever going to be going over charts like this is when we are at like long-term macro trends. All right, because I think that it's worth paying attention when you get to those general areas. This is stellar. So as you can see, we had a pretty similar type pattern play out last cycle, and then it just essentially went up, had kind of like a double top or just a retrace here, and then back down. But now it has broken out. It went back and it retest, and that's where we stand right now. You can see the break in the trend with the RSI as well. Just the same with XRP. This is ALGO. And, this even surprised me, to be honest with you, that, Algorand took this dive down here. But after I went back and I looked at it, this does happen sometimes with others as well. It'll break out, it'll kind of consolidate for a little while, and then all of a sudden, bam, it'll shoot down. And look at what happened. You remember what happened with Bitcoin when when the banking crisis started. We kind of just popped up right here. We were consolidating, and then we also just slammed right down, but it did bounce right off of this and then pop back up. And now we're kind of just consolidating here. HBAR, kind of a similar thing, just to a lesser degree because it didn't go to new lows, but it popped up, it broke out of this trend. And I remember sharing that at the time, and it pulled back, retested this trend line, and then it popped up, and now it's just consolidating. And this is Cardano. Long-term downtrend, try to break out numerous different times, ultimately did break out, and you can see the trend shift in the RSI here as well, and now it's just consolidating. So all I'm saying is that, there's just a lot going on. We're at pretty key levels, and I think that's just worth paying attention to. And it's worth looking at all of this from time to time when we're at these really key levels to assess probability. That's the only thing I think this is good for, is to assess probability. Because many people have made a case that the most probable outcome is bam, collapse down here. And I just don't know how they say that's the most probable outcome. Anything is possible. And this might even be, you might even say there's a 40% chance or a 45% chance, but I don't know, based on the data, how you say that this is the most probable outcome. I just don't see it. And guys, a lot of reasons why I'm starting to try to learn this basic level, learning this stuff, is because, in my personal opinion, there's a lot of deception when it comes to TA and charting. And it's not done accidentally. I think it's done intentionally, in my personal opinion, because I watch a lot of things that people do and say, and things that they post and things that they don't post. In my general opinion, now that I kind of better understand this a little bit, is that there's a lot of deception when it comes to charting, guys. And, people can go find whichever chart they need to find to make their bias or to make their case based on their bias. And so just be aware of that. And, so yeah, just be aware of that. These aren't special models. These aren't, I'm not getting creative or anything like that. These are just the basic, weekly charts on the log scale. That's it. Okay. So just be aware of that. A lot of times, analysts will disregard very long-term trends, and they'll try to focus on the shorter term trends, or they'll change the model, the time frame. They'll just get very creative when they're trying to make their bear case. And I just want you to kind of have an eye out for that moving forward. All right, guys. And to their credit, to their defense here, again, just because these charts look like this does not mean anything is going to happen. It's just about assessing the probability. Okay. So that's all I have for this video. Thank you, everyone who's liked, share, and subscribed. Take care. Have a good day. I will see you in the next video.